I'll
Mhm.
just like have a tiny little one of those, and it's
Okay.
like on plan, but it's sweet, so it works.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Cool. What about you, Claire? How do you like your keto brick? Hi,
Uh,
Molly.
I haven't done anything particularly with it. I don't like it when it arrives at my house already melted.
Ugh.
Although if I had molds, that would kind of work out because then I could just pour it into the molds.
You actually had to do that, right? It was already like still melted in the bag. You had to cut it open
Yes,
and like
Ugh.
squeeze it out. Yeah.
yes, and I was not happy about that. You didn't bring me one back though. I was not.
I just haven't stopped it over yet. I
Oh,
haven't.
you have one. Yay, I'm
I'll
happy.
bring it over this weekend.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, I came back with a handful of chocolate peanut butter cup, which I'm
Yay.
glad I did because they sold out. So
They sold out fast
like within
again.
like hours, within hours they did. Yeah, I told them, I was like, you guys know the hype that's out there right now about these things, you're gonna sell out. They're like, no, we made like triple the amount we made last time. I'm like, you're done. And then
Yep.
they sold out, and then like 3 hours they went live, and like 3 hours later they're like, we're sold out. And I messaged them, I'm like, I told you, because I might have bought a couple weeks myself.
Yeah.
So I take it, Molly and Alana, you were shaking your heads like, yes, we love keto brick too.
I have never actually tried them because the shipping to get them into Canada is really high.
Yeah.
I've looked at them before. I appreciate the ingredient list and stuff,
Yeah, yeah.
but to get them shipped to Canada, and I honestly don't do well with treats. I do the best when I'm fairly strict so I tend to eat carnivore, and my
Mhm.
carnivore is just fairly loose in that I eat, meat products, cheese, yogurt, and I do eat some nuts because I don't have a problem with portion control with nuts. So that's
Really?
like
See,
my one
I'm the total opposite. If you give me a can of cashews, that thing is gone.
is gone. Yeah. I used to be like that when I started keto, I
Mhm.
would eat a can of nuts and really not feel too bad about it, not feel too guilty about it. And that worked for me at first. And I
Yeah.
think maybe I just went a little too nuts with nuts, and now I can have a handful and that's fine. So like, yeah, very often if the kids and stuff are having a dessert, I'll have a handful of pecans, and that's good
Gotcha.
for me because I didn't think that I had problems with I tend to be someone who's looked at as having a lot of self control and not a lot of problems with temptations, but
Mhm.
I don't think about treats at all when I don't have them at all, and I'm a lot calmer and happier when I'm like that.
Right.
Yeah. So I got to the goal weight that I've been trying to get to for all of my adult life in January of 2020
Yay.
with going carnivores. And then I allowed myself to go. Actually, when I started the Fit and Fabulous training method, I was doing it as one of the her boot camps, and she was suggesting adding some fruits and vegetables in. And I'm like, well, I like fruit and vegetables. It seems
Right.
like a well-rounded diet. Let's put them back in. And then I kind of ended up kind of wandering back to keto, and I gained 15 pounds back. So I was fine with that. It was an experiment. It was also during all of this quarantine BS, right? So that was fine, but I wasn't even that unhappy with my body or anything like that. It was more the mental that I was like, I was so much calmer when I was just eating meat. And I'm not happy enough when I'm eating the treats to be struggling the rest of the time.
Right. It's not that good. It's not really worth it.
It's not that good, really. It is in the moment, but it's so fleeting, and it really is just by making the mistake, by letting myself go back a few times, that I'm like, no, meat's where it's at. My son calls me the meat mom. Works for me.
There you go.
So
we got the meat mom, the meat grandpa, the meat grandma. I love it. I love it. Does anybody else have Molly? So how are you doing? What's going on with you these days?
I'm good. I'm fully carnivore. So I'm also carnivore.
All my people.
Yeah, I actually have 30 keto bricks sitting on a shelf in a FedEx box, completely unopened, because I gave up artificial sugar as part of trying to deal with sugar addiction, and
Gotcha.
it's been amazing. Like,
Really? Okay.
I've had disordered eating and addictive food and binging my entire life, and 25 days completely clean of like anything except carnivore. It's like all the obsessive thoughts are gone, all, you know, like,
Yeah.
so I'm the same. Like, in keto bricks were my total downfall. I could eat
Right.
a whole brick in one day. They're gorgeous, but
Yes.
you know, and I love it. So I'm glad that others can control them. But
What flavors do you have?
I have chocolate malt,
Okay.
maple pecan, which I never even tried. I'm sure
Okay.
it's brilliant, and then peanut butter.
I might buy the peanut butter off you.
Oh, okay. Sure.
The peanut butter and the chocolate peanut butter cup are my favorite. Yeah, and then I don't know if if you're looking to get rid of them, if you're thinking this is the way you're going to go and you want to get rid of them.
Well, hey, if you want them, totally
I'll buy the
cool.
peanut butter off you.
Oh, that's great. I was going to give them away, but then I'm like, should I give them away? Like, maybe they're not, I don't know. Anyway, I was going to just give them away. So,
Okay.
Yeah.
We can work something out. If anybody wants the other ones, contact Molly.
Yeah, I got keto bricks. I also have perfect keto collagen powder. And like, you know, it's just like when you give these things up and then you see them on your shelf, but it's fine.
Yeah.
Yeah, I actually, I did the app really, really well the first 3 months of last year, then not so consistent the rest of the year. So I'm trying to kind of get back on as part of, you know, getting healthy again.
Right. Yeah. Getting back on the train.
Yep.
Okay.
But it's great. Yeah, I'm doing well. I'm in Minnesota. I don't know where you guys are.
Yeah, we should say that. Like,
yeah,
where
so you're in Minnesota. I'm in the Baltimore area. Claire's in the Baltimore area. Alana, you said you're in Canada somewhere?
Yeah, I'm in Ontario, just north of Toronto.
Okay.
Deanna, where are you?
Oh, I'm in Alexandria, Virginia. So I'm right outside DC.
You're close. We can visit.
I told you that before. I'm
Oh
like
my
down the
gosh.
street from you.
You
Yeah.
are. I actually went to Alexandria for the first time over like maybe 4 months ago. I've lived in this area like forever, and I've actually never been to Alexandria. So I went to downtown. I did a ghost tour.
Oh yeah.
Which was kind of interesting. Wasn't the best tour guide, but it was interesting seeing some of the different places and all the history of Alexandria, and finding out that it's actually a Scottish town. Yeah. Which is kind of cool.
We have one of the largest Scottish festivals every year.
Really? I didn't know that.
Very happy. He like goes and drinks beer all day. And,
right.
Yeah. Embraces.
All right. Well, let me know when it is. I'll come in my kilt and we'll be good to go.
That'd be awesome.
We'll do it. So let's see, we're at Wednesday. So normally I do this on Fridays because it's the end of the week, but what are some good things happening with you guys these days? Usually it's a Bright Spot Friday, but since it's Wednesday, we'll say Bright Spot Wednesday. Deanna, what's a good thing going on with you right now? Doesn't have to be fitness, it can be anything.
I took a couple days off. Started, January 1, like, I'm going to do everything on my list and work out and ride and run. And then like 2 weeks in, I was like, I hurt from my head to my toes. And I can't, which obviously like, it's not sustainable. And I knew that. So I took a couple days of active recovery, and I actually took a full rest day, which I haven't taken in like a while. Yeah. And I'm very proud of myself. I got back because like, Tuesday morning, I was like, I don't wanna. I haven't worked out. I haven't touched a weight in like 4 days. Like, I don't wanna. But I like made myself do it, and that's what I'm working on right now, is to like make it a habit so that when life gets in the way, I still like find a way to get it in.
Gotcha.
Which is not the easiest thing in the world to do.
Yeah, it's not. It happens, right, Claire?
Yeah. Let me see. I was just telling him the last workout I did was the front box squats, and that was a few days ago. So it's been just a very, very busy last few days, but I saw your comment, Deanna, about box jumps and slam balls. And I like box
So
jumps and
excited.
slam balls. So I was like, oh yeah, I want to do that workout.
It was honestly like the funnest MetCon that has ever been programmed for us. I'm like,
What?
these are like fun things to do. I was like looking
As she's
forward to
taking
it.
out all of her aggression on the ball,
I think
slamming
that's
it
what
in.
it is. I love slam balls. I think it's just like such a great way to like blow off like aggression that you don't even realize is like there.
Yes, and he doesn't
great.
program them nearly frequently enough.
I may have heard someone say that before. I'll try to remember to put them in more often. That's awesome.
Well,
So
I'll
there's a
have to
question.
invest in one then.
Yeah, slam ball or medicine ball. Slam ball is usually better because it won't bounce back at you. Sometimes if you
Right.
get a medicine
Yeah.
ball, it might bounce at you. So get an actual
Yeah.
slam ball. They look kind of
But
like a flat tire.
I've used them in the gym, but I don't have one at home. And as I was saying, I have a wall ball. Say hi. She's fine. I have a wall ball, but the reason I actually was given that by my brother is because it was falling apart. So he says, here, if you sew this back together, you can have it.
Gotcha.
So I'm pretty sure if I were to slam it, it would
Yeah.
explode.
Duct tape
But
works
I just
really
got
well.
my 35. I just got, end of last year, got a 35-pound kettlebell and just got my 35-pound dumbbells for
Awesome.
Christmas.
Okay.
So like I'm beyond happy. And so now I'm like, okay, I'll wait a little bit for the slam ball.
Yeah, you don't want to get too much too fast. Overwhelmed.
Yeah. Well, and I'm because I'm exclusively working out at home now rather than being in the gym because my gym was between my home and my work. So my gym's actually a solid 35 minutes away from me, but it was my brother's gym.
Okay.
So that's where I went and it was in between my work and here, but now I've been working from home since March 17th. So I don't drive back and forth. So I've been continuing to add things to my home gym so that I can just be completely at home. So
awesome. Okay,
yeah.
Cool. What about you, Molly? What's going on good?
It's been a good week. I did a workout this week. Yes, I like to get the encouragement on the app because I really I decided this year I got one goal, and it's just to recover from my food addiction issues. And it's just the one goal, right?
Yeah.
Just to make sure that I'm super focused, but I do feel better when I do the workout. So I also just signed up so I can keep, doing that.
Have something in a routine that is there.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
And I spend a lot of time outside, so I have to balance long hike days because I do a lot of hiking even all winter. So
okay, cool.
So yeah, but yes, I think good. I had really high anxiety yesterday, but I just decided to work out, and it was a great workout. So
Yeah.
I used the app. So I think that it's a good thing this week for me.
Yeah. Did you watch the interview that I did with Claire that I posted?
No, I didn't.
Okay, so I just posted a clip where she was talking about the workouts.
Mm-hmm.
Probably next week I'll do the whole thing, but I think in that clip she talks about, do you talk about oh man, I don't remember if that's the clip where you talk about just getting started and just doing the warm up and then
yeah, the whole mental game with sometimes I feel like, okay, I'll do the warm up. It's like, I'll do the warm up and then maybe I'll feel fine and I'll keep going, or maybe I'll just stop after the warm up. And then having to talk myself through, okay, some days I finish the warm up and I'm like, all right, I'll just do the next part. I'll just do the strength part next. Then I can stop.
Yeah.
But then once you've done that, it's kind of crazy. You're like, okay, well,
I gotta do the whole thing.
I might as well do the circuit now because I've already done half of it.
Right. I like to check the boxes.
Yes.
Right? Don't you? You're like, I gotta check that. I gotta make sure it's yeah. Anyway, that's great. Yeah. Yeah, that's awesome. So I'm having a good week.
I don't want to finish the workout and have the little percentage thing not be full, not having done it all.
Isn't it crazy how little things like that can be like, I'm going to do this just because I don't want to half circle?
Yes.
Isn't that crazy? It's
That's
the
why
human brain.
I have a wall calendar that I do for every month so that, and when I work out, I like put weight training. Oh, I ran today and here's how much I ran. And I got on the Peloton and the reason I do that is because I look at that and like, if there's a blank spot, it kind of like drives me crazy. Like, why is that blank? Like I can get on the bike and ride for 30 minutes. That's nothing. Like just do, and it kind of, I don't know, the visual cue like pushes me to actually like have something to write in the box.
Gotcha.
That's good.
All right.
Good.
Alana, what about you? What's some good stuff going on besides your kid's birthday?
Yeah, just my kid's birthday on Monday and everybody actually leaving me alone at work, which is like a miracle. That very rarely happens. But if you tell them it's for your turning 7-year-old daughter's birthday, people feel too guilty to contact you. So anyway, I ended up working like 12 hours yesterday to kind of make up for it. But I do finance and accounting for the Alzheimer's Society. So like kind of like their office manager, I guess. So
Okay.
I wrote a bunch of new reports for my new director and apparently gave him everything that he wanted because he said to me like 4 times today that he was so happy. So
There you go.
that was my bright spot, was staying up way too late to write reports, but then making my director's day. So yeah,
Okay.
other than just celebrating my wee girl, that was pretty much it. And
Yeah.
just getting through virtual school every day is always a win as well. So getting through the day without feeling like I need out of these 4 walls is a bonus too. So
Right. Okay. What about you, Claire? What's a bright spot?
It's funny listening to you because I am actually a school principal. And so we are in school, but also our older kids are in class and we're doing remote streaming into the class. And I lost a teacher. So I was in the class teaching the classes remotely and in person. And so the whole remote learning thing has an amazing twist and pressure to the whole thing.
You'll appreciate this, Claire. I actually took the time to send my children's principal and their teachers an email to just pass along my heartfelt gratitude. I said, there's just a lot of negativity flowing out there, and I just want you guys to know that I see you trying to communicate with us as parents. I see you trying to support my kids when they're going through all of this. The fact that you guys are coming in and out of here and for your subjects and where you're supposed to be, when you're supposed to be virtually. So like IT is one of my hats at work. Like that might seem really simple to execute, but the reality of making all of that work in the background is tough. And I said, kudos to you guys. Thank you for everything that you're doing. Nobody had a rule book on this, and I think that you've done a really great job, and thank you. So
well, you are the kind of parent we would love to hear from.
Well, and I'm sure there's a lot of people are stressed. People are really stressed, and when it comes to your kids, you get like, right? Like I get it, but of all the things that have gone on in the last year that are really crappy, I'm a really big believer on focusing on the positive and having the opportunity to hear my kids' teachers interact with them and hear how they speak to them. And like, I was like, your gym teacher is awesome. Like their gym teacher has just got like this vitality and connection with the kids, and you don't see that when they're going to school physically, right? So it's been a blessing to see them interact with their teachers, and I've taken the positive, like I said.
Yeah.
That's really important. So my bright spot really today was, for the past 2 days, we were off on Monday, the past 2 days, the technology in the classroom where I was working. And that was great.
Winning.
That's awesome. Nice. I can imagine the frustrations when that doesn't go well with all the other stuff you have to deal with. So that's definitely a good thing.
What about you? You have a bright spot to share?
I feel like I have a ton. Let's stick with one. Actually, honestly, you guys right now is my bright spot. I feel like we're trying to build something, and I feel in many ways that I'm not trying to build it by myself, because I feel like you guys are just as into this as I am, and getting stuff out of it and using it and sharing it, and it kind of makes me happy to be like, hey, finally some people who get it. So being able to do this, like to have you guys on here, is a whole nother level of engagement that it just makes it fills my soul, because this is the kind of relationship I want to have with people, and other than just I'm some guy on the internet who talks about fitness, or here's a workout you can have like anybody else. Like, I want to have a connection with people and kind of say, look, fitness is real life. It's not just pictures and things you see on internet that are things you'll never attain, right? The people that are doing this, you guys have real lives, and you have to figure out how to make this stuff happen. And we're all going through it. So let's talk about it with each other and kind of see what we can do to help each other out. So that makes me happy. My heart is smiling right now.
Great. That's awesome.
So we know that Deanna's favorite exercise is burpees.
No, we don't.
No.
That is your favorite exercise.
I respect it. If I am stuck on a desert island with no weights, I can do burpees and like weight train and cardio. Like, I get it, and I will do them. But it doesn't mean I'm gonna like it.
Right. I will make a concerted effort to switch out a couple sets of burpees for some more ball slams. Does that work? I'll try to keep that in my mind.
That's a fair trade-off.
They're not really the same thing. You know what you need to do, Bronson? You need to find that video of a couple years ago when you and I were doing death by burpees together.
Oh, I got it. I know right where it is. At least I saw it recently, so I think I know where it is.
No,
yeah,
we
that
were
would be
walking
cool.
the dog. I think it was last weekend, and in the park we were walking in, there was this woman who was being trained. You could tell there was a coach there, and she was doing half burpees. Mm-hmm. And I sort of like snickered, and my husband was like, "You do better than that." And I was like, "Yeah, if you're gonna do it, like do it. Like, why are you gonna do it halfway?" I didn't understand.
So at what point did you ever expect, Deanna, that you would be a fitness snob?
I never, never, ever. I never thought that I would be that person. Like, what are you? Or like people who are like, "Oh, I have my 2-pound like dumbbell." Like, what?
There's something to be said for it. We got to remember, we don't know where people are starting from. So there's a case to be made. Someone may be starting there. That is different than the fitness pros who are out there who are saying, women should never lift more than 2 pounds and do 20 reps every time. And like, rip my hair out. That's why I'm shaved, so I don't have hair to rip out.
Well, I would be curious to hear you all's background in fitness, because sometimes I look at your scores. Sorry, I'm a little competitive. I look at your scores and I go, oh, Alana's always doing it RX. I can't keep up with that. But I do look, if you've already done the workout, and I go, oh, okay, Deanna did 7 rounds of that. Let me see, if I can do 7 rounds of that or whatever. So, I use it not really competitively, but somewhat as a gauge. Okay, what am I going to expect out of myself when I see how you guys handled it?
Mm-hmm. You have to watch out, Claire, because now it's going to be like, I got to be Claire. So.
Oh, no, that would not be hard.
No, but it's actually great. I love looking at your scores, Claire, because I'm like, if Claire can do that, like, I'm younger than her. Like, what is my excuse for doing like a wimpy weight? Like, let me go stronger.
Well, and that's a good thing about it, right? How old are you, Deanna?
I'm 43.
43, and Claire, you're 66.
I am 67 today.
Oh, that's right. Today is your birthday. I knew that.
Happy birthday.
Yes, 67 today. So, yeah.
Hey, that's great.
That's great. So
happy birthday, Claire.
Thank you.
So getting back to that, Claire, your background is nothing.
My
outside of the
background was
last 5 years,
until-
you've been doing CrossFit, 6 years.
yeah, when I was 61, I started doing CrossFit.
Wow.
Okay.
Great.
Great.
So that's that. And before that, I mean, I remember growing up, you had some Denise Austin videos in your,
Oh
in your
yeah, I
shelf
did
and
some
some
of
of that
those
stuff.
aerobic things that never really seemed to accomplish much. Yeah.
What about you, Alana? What's your background? You said your brother owns a gym. Is it a CrossFit gym or something similar?
Yeah. So like I grew up the overweight kid. I joined Weight Watchers with my dad for the first time when I was like 11. I joined
Oh,
Weight
wow.
Watchers again when I was 15 with my grandmother. So like this has been like an all my life type thing. So before having kids, really just did the whole starving myself, just not eating to keep that contained. But after having kids, that didn't work either. So I started working out at home, and then yes, my brother owned a CrossFit gym, and I kind of was watching all the cool stuff he was doing and hanging from the ceiling, hanging from the bars and stuff, and said, well, I kind of want to do that. So then I got really involved in CrossFit in 2017. So like really went down the rabbit hole, loved CrossFit, did fun competitions, not like, was never like crazy competitive, but was in quite a few competitions and stuff like that. And then just with COVID coming up, and like I was mentioning, I was actually supposed to be competing in April, and then they pushed it to September of last year. So, and I could barely do the workouts at that point because I was trying to go to like the intermediate level instead of being scaled.
Okay.
So I could barely do the workouts, and I was like, well, I need something to keep me kind of from my PRs from falling off the wayside.
Yes.
And then I saw Dr. Fit and Fabulous having her whatever it was called, like boot camp, and I knew that fitness was part of it. So I thought, well, that seems like a good gravy train to get on. So I hopped on board. So and like I was mentioning, like I was really impressed with that the workouts kicked my tushy as much as being in the gym, because I found that because it was my brother's gym and I was often going, it worked out well for me to go kind of during open gym times.
Okay.
And I really just like lifting. I do not like cardio. I'm not a cardio person. I was saying these legs were made to stay in place. These legs were not made to run. So when I was going to the gym, I tended to just do lifting and squatting and stuff. And I wasn't pushing myself to do the rest of it as much.
Yeah.
And so I found that like forcing myself to do the variety again was super helpful. So then I kind of became the decision of, well, okay, I'm probably not going back to the gym then. And I was kind of struggling with that for a while, and was kind of struggling. Like I like to post on Instagram and stuff like that, but I was like, I'm not going to tag the app because I have a brother who owns a CrossFit gym during a pandemic. But he actually just sold his gym in the fall. So I don't know how he sold his gym during a pandemic, but he did.
Yeah.
And so that's amazing. And I'm so happy for him. And so now I can really be like, hey, I'm doing this app and I'm having an amazing time and I don't feel bad about it. So and I trained my parents, like, I know that like my brother would never care, right? Like he just wants me to be healthy. He just wants me to be healthy and happy. He would never care, but it was just like that. You're struggling and I'm happy over here doing my stuff at home. And I really just,
sense.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah, that's my background.
Okay. Well, congratulations for him for selling the gym. I think that is crazy. He did it during everything. I sold mine right before, like months before it all hit. So
good job.
I got lucky. Yeah.
You got lucky.
Missed that one. Woo. So, okay, cool. That's awesome. Molly, what about you? What's your background with fitness in general?
Well, I was a runner in high school, nothing competitive or anything. And I've always been active, but definitely had issues with food. So I lost about 80 pounds on keto in the last 3 years.
Awesome.
And so now I'm in my 40s, so it's time to like buckle down from a weights perspective and like make sure I'm building strength. I'm super active otherwise, biking, hiking, do paddle boarding in the summer. So I
Okay.
love to be outside. But I think it's, I'm like really happy with, you know, having the workouts at home, and I've got a home gym now. So
Okay.
yeah. So love to be active, and I want to be strong. So I don't have like skinny girl goals. Like I want to be strong.
Love
So and I want to, you know, just like maintain that muscle. So like
Sure.
I can, you know, age well, I guess.
it. Okay. Yeah,
That's
absolutely.
the goal. Yeah.
Okay. I was just thinking we'll have to do one of these calls sometime in everybody's workout area,
Oh,
Cool.
that would
so
be
everybody
cool.
can kind of see what you're working with. And
Well,
you
I'll
know.
have to do it earlier in the day though, or you won't be able to see me. Because
Do
I
you
work out
work
Because it's
outside?
dark.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah, that's right. Is it still
Yeah.
snowing? You were dealing with snow or something?
Oh
weren't you?
yeah, oh yeah. I have to shovel to work out. That's how I start my workout, is shoveling my paths to my
Right.
yeah, because I have my ring rows on like the kids swing set, and then I have like my bar on the back of their treehouse, and so like
Nice.
I have to look at the workout and then shovel my paths to my different
Right. See,
equipment.
I am so looking forward to your Instagram posts to see what you're
And
doing
I
and how
need-
you're doing it.
I tried to post something on our Facebook group the other day. I need suggestions on what to do for box jumps, because my tree stump is covered in ice, right? I usually box jump I'm the tree stump lady, and my tree stump is covered in ice, and I promised my husband that I wouldn't jump on
Wouldn't
it.
jump on it. Yeah, let's
That's
not do
smart.
that.
So I was
I
jumping
use my front steps. That's what I use,
Yeah,
because
I
I
mean,
don't
you
have
can-
anything either.
yeah,
Yeah.
as long as they're not
I was trying
covered
going
in
from the
ice.
ground to my porch, which was fine because I got all the stuff off my porch. But then I found, as I was jumping up from the ground, the snow was coming from my boots on the ground,
Right.
and then it was still getting slippery where I
Yeah.
landed. So
Yeah.
I don't know. I talked to my
Maybe-
husband about like, yeah, what?
maybe just do step ups for now.
That's what he said.
Yeah,
and
I
I'm
would
just
be
like,
very
"What?"
scared jumping up on even steps. That would scare me.
Yeah. Here's another thing you could do. It's not quite the same, but it will be closer and a little bit more safe, maybe. And that is do standing broad jumps instead.
Okay.
Okay, that could work because I could
So
do
you're
that
not
under
going
my
up.
overhang.
You're not going up.
Yeah,
You're
I
trying to
just-
see how far you can go.
Okay. Okay.
Instead of up, it's distance. So you can try
If
that.
we often get the January thaw where like everything will thaw again for just like a week or so. If we do get it, I'm going to try tarping my tree stump, and then I can take the tarp off, jump on the tree stump.
Just remember,
I'll
you'll
be
still
safe,
have
I
the same
promise.
problem. You'll be bringing snow and wetness up to the stump every time you
Yes.
jump. So
Yes. And I do
Okay.
already have a dent on my leg from said tree stump. So I promised my husband I would be careful.
okay.
Your husband should buy you a box jump, is what
should,
should really
because-
happen.
My husband built me one, and when I was like, "Oh, I know I told
Yes,
you
I
wanted
hurt my
the
leg so
20-inch
bad on a wooden
one,
box
but
that I'm too afraid. I bought a soft box now.
I don't
Oh,
like
yeah.
the soft box. It makes me nervous to jump on them. I don't know. The soft
They do
box.
feel, yeah, they do feel a little,
So
But-
my dad actually made a bunch of my brother's first boxes when he first opened his CrossFit gym. My dad made his boxes at first. So I commissioned my dad to make me a box that stays under the overhang and therefore stays out of the snow. But yeah, I'm having
Yes.
some weird like figuring it out situations. I have to bring my yoga mats inside for like 5 minutes so that they thaw out enough that they'll lay flat. And
oh my gosh.
like I got to 60
gosh.
ball balls today before dropping it in the snow, by the way.
Hey,
60, and then I had to do the last 15 with a slippery wall ball, but we got there. So
it's just so
Yeah.
you were training literally for anything life can throw at you. I love
exactly.
it.
Exactly.
awesome.
You were saying,
but
Deanna?
I'm
Go ahead.
addicted to it.
Oh, I was
You-
saying my husband built me a box. He built me like the standard box, so the 20, 24, 30. And then after he made it, I was like, I don't think I'm emotionally prepared to like jump that high. And so then he made me like a shorter one. So now I have like a 12, 16, 18 as
There you
well.
go.
So now I have
Okay.
both.
There you go.
Nice.
Nice. Good. Okay. let's see. What's going on with anything, questions? That was a good segue kind of, I think, Alana, talking about what is an option. Is there any other movements or exercises you guys have run across that you're kind of like, how do I do this?
No, I think the videos are good because if
Videos are good.
I most of the time remember, but if I'm like, oh, I don't totally remember how to do that, you know, there's always a video to look at
Mhm.
To be able to figure that out.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Sometimes
any-
my bar is covered in ice and I have trouble doing pull-ups and stuff.
Okay.
So, but I tend to just switch to doing like, because I have bands and things like that. So I
Yep.
can do, and I have ring rows that I can still generally get to. So.
Okay. Okay. If your ring
Yeah.
rows go up, you can always pull your ring rows up higher and do it like a bar.
And if you don't
Try
have
that.
ring rows, what should we do then?
Bands are the next bet, unless you have like a TRX. So rings are just like a TRX or some kind of suspension. You have a strap with a handle. If you don't have anything
Yeah,
like
I
that,
don't have
then
any of that.
bands,
Yeah.
then bands would be the next best thing. Get some long bands. Do you have bands?
Okay. I have bands.
Okay, yeah, and then you can just pull down. I think there's a couple videos. Most of the time when there's pull-ups or something, I put the video that has how to use bands and stuff in there too.
Okay. I have
If
a
I
pull-up
don't, just
bar, but
ask.
I don't have. That's one of my goals, I think, this year. I'd like to do one pull-up, just
There
one.
you go.
I
That
was
would be
just saying
good.
that to Claire the other day. I want one pull-up and I want one toes to bar. This
Ah,
year.
Okay.
Okay.
Happening.
Okay.
Molly, we're doing it.
Okay, I'm so glad. I am an obliger. I need people to hold me accountable.
No, I said
I'm not good at holding
2020.
myself accountable.
No, I already like messed up this goal. I said in 2020 I was gonna get one of each, and neither happened. So Molly, you and me, we're making
Okay,
it happen.
Alana,
Okay?
we're gonna make it
Do it.
happen.
Do it. I love it.
Now it's gonna be a little bit of a competition. I'm gonna know
There you
someone
go.
else is working on it.
Perfect.
So
Yeah.
at least a few times a week, you got to be working on it.
I
Okay.
think
Times a week,
that
you got to be working on it.
you have a pull-up progression
He
series,
does. I
Yeah.
was
don't
just gonna
you?
say he does have a pull-up
It's-
progression.
I might have something like that.
Yeah.
Let
I
me-
think you do post it when pull-ups are on the menu. The
Well,
other
I'm-
thing,
He used to
My-
have a thing where when we would come to the gym, if that was a goal, he would say, okay, do these exercises before the,
Yeah.
WOD. So every day when you come to the gym, do these things. And there was curls and various other things that it was like not a scale of the actual pull-up, but exercises to do to get your muscles to be
The
able.
muscles there. Yeah.
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 I'm trying to see if I still have it and pull it up. Let's see here.
Yeah, to what you were saying earlier, Claire, about like looking at the scores and stuff, you'll usually find with me that I'm usually somewhere like either at like one of the first or way at the back. If it has anything to do with anything cardio and stuff, I tend to be like way back here.
Well, you got goals then. That's good. The other thing I just started to do in November was shoot archery. So like
Nice.
I'm using some new muscles, trying to keep my
Yeah.
upper cage very straight and sturdy and keep my arm up. So I'm using my shoulders there. And so
It's
that's
one
kind
of those movements that you work muscles that you didn't know you didn't work very much. I've
Yeah.
heard. Yeah.
Yep, for sure.
Right.
Yeah. It's fun.
All right.
Yeah, I'd be okay with that too.
Cool, guys. This has been awesome. I really appreciate you guys getting on. Hopefully next time we have some more people in here. If there's anything I can do to help, as always, just let me know with anything that you guys are working on. So just a heads up, I do have my pull-up progression sheet. I can't open it right now. I'm having an issue with Google Drive where something happened with the account and I can access everything, but when I try to open it, it makes me send a request to myself to open it,
Oh,
and then I never get the request. So I have to, I'm trying to figure that out. But I do have something. I just got to see if I can track it down somehow.
Awesome. Thanks
Is
for
there
setting this up.
anything? Yeah, is there anything in the way that things are going anything in the workouts, anything in the app. The app I can't do a lot about, but I do want your feedback on things with the app because I talk to the guys, the app developers all the time about, hey, here's something else that I'd like to do, things I'd like to fix. And, you know, how come I can't send somebody a direct message? And how come when I try to look at the comments, it's on one little itty bitty part of the window and I have to scroll and see everything. It's like stuff like that. So if there's stuff like that that you see or want to, hey, how come I can't do this or that?
The one thing that gets me about the app, which I'm actually glad I finally broke down and got like a workout journal instead of just relying on the app, which is also nice since, you know, we've switched platforms. But the only thing that gets me is like when you're doing the strength training, there's a place to put the weights you're working with. But in the Metcon, there's nothing. And I understand like there's an RX weight. I get it, but I'm not there. So it would be nice to be like, oh, last month when we had us, you know, when I had this in the Metcon, especially because everybody knows like scaling is something that I'm working on, but it's I either go way too heavy and I can't get through it, or I go way too light and I finish way too.
So here's a question: would it
nice to be able to put that in the app?
I do too. I have a little journal that I like, you know, and you know, I also like pace it out for myself with the Metcon too. So then I plan it out. I take like a minute and just plan it out too, like on paper. So then I can check it off. So it would be nice to have some kind of tracking piece where like I don't have to page back in the history because I use acronyms and then I can't figure out what they are.
Right. Yeah, it's hard. You can put in comments for that piece what you did in the comments for it, but that's not really something that's searchable and doesn't come up when you're looking for weight references and stuff like that.
And you can't actually put comments in the circuit part. You can put
for the
comments
day,
for the
for the
overall
day.
workout.
Yeah, for the workout of the day, you can put what you did in the Metcon. Yeah, that's not an easy one. It's definitely something that I brought up to them. It would be nice if the thing is they can only, right now, the way they have it, that you can only measure one aspect of a circuit. So it's either the reps or the time or like whatever, and you can't do multiple things because it's hard for them to map data around. Because especially if there's multiple movements, it's like, is this weight for the thrusters or is this weight for the cleans or for the deadlifts? Like they're trying to map all that stuff inside an item that has multiple exercises is kind of really hard. So the only other way to do it would be to put each one in individually, exercise in as its own thing, but then that just clutters up everything. If you've got 5 or 6 things, that would be like, it'd be like, where is everything? What am I doing? So
that's not useful.
We'll just write it down. It's fine.
I think that's probably the best for now until they can find a fix. And you've got the comments, you can always put the comments in for the day as well.
Well, that's why I put the comments in. So I'm not putting the comments in to brag, ladies. Believe me, I'm putting the comments in so I can remember what weight I used last time.
I want to see you brag next time. You brag.
I like it.
Awesome, guys. It was fun. Good. What's up?
I was just going to say there are some apps that I've used have the timer right in them. I don't like having to switch the app on my phone to run a timer. And it seems like a simple fix. And then I just have a very, very quick follow-up unrelated question. If I post my workouts on Instagram, what tag should we be using to
you want to use the tag for us? It's at home, Apex at home.
Okay.
That'd be the one that would link all of our Apex
Fitness or something is weird. There's another Apex something and I tagged it once and then I followed it and I'm like, oh, this is not us. Anyway.
this is not it.
Not us.
Yeah, Apex at home would be the one. And then whatever else you feel like works. Yeah, absolutely. I can't wait. I love it. Molly, do I have all you guys on Instagram? Hold on, that's a good question. Hold on. We got to make sure that I've got everybody. You guys are all following me. Right?
We can write it in the chat if you want.
Say that again.
We can write it in the chat if you want.
Oh, that worked. Yeah. The chat.
Oh, there it is.
Because I wouldn't mind following y'all either.
Yeah, that'd be fun.
So I know I've got. You can't follow me because I'm not really doing anything.
Okay.
We can still follow you. You just got to start doing something. All right, Alana, do I have you? Am I friends with you already?
I'm
Alana
at
Yates.
Alana MJ Yates.
Okay, follow back. Okay, I got you there. And Molly, did you put it in there? Okay.
Mhm.
Deanna, we know I got you.
Yep.
Oh, a lighter. I think I. Molly. Okay. Yeah. All right, there you are. All right, so I got you guys, and I already got Claire, and I got. Deanna.
I don't
Wait,
even
I don't
know
if
what
I'm
mine
following
is, so
Deanna.
I would tell it to you, except that I don't know.
I do.
Great, you can tell it to them and me.
Claire.
Well, now I'll follow the
It's real
hashtag
easy. It's
too.
Aunt Claire.
Oh, who knew? all this fancy technology. Remember, I just turned 67. This is all tricky.
There you go.
All right.
Awesome.
Right.
Sweet.
One more.
I think.
Nice.
We have Rachel's. She posts. a lot.
Yeah, Rachel
Rachel?
is often posting, and so that was sad she wasn't here.
She is. I know. I don't know why she's not. She said she was gonna be.
If you guys want, I think I have her too. Rachel.
I'm
I think it's
putting it.
Rachel D. Stout or something like that.
Yeah. I think
Perfect.
that's what it is. So.
Yeah, Rachel D.
Okay, this is good.
Rachel D. Stout. There's no R.
Oh, there's not.
Nope. Rachel D. Stout.
She's private. You'll have to ask, but
Yeah.
that's cool.
She'll be like, "Who are all these people sending me requests on this thing?"
Recognize you three because we all comment all the time, so she'll recognize your name.
Yeah.
If there was like somebody else that like randomly, like she might be like, I don't know, but you guys like,
Yeah, we are
she'll
the Rex.
recognize your names from the app. So.
Awesome, guys. Well, thank you very much for your time.
Thank you.
As always, we want to grow this. I'd love to be able to log in here sometime and have like hundreds of people talking and doing stuff and figure out how to manage all that. I love the problem of how do I manage 100 people on a video call.
Cool.
So feel free. Like I said, I really appreciate Alana you saying you're going to start posting now that conflict is done.
Yeah, yeah.
I totally
Now
get
that
that.
my conscience is clear.
So I appreciate it. Is this like a monthly thing you guys would be up for?
Yeah.
Is a month
Yeah.
not too long, not too soon, not too frequent?
Yeah.
Once a
Sounds
month?
good.
Good to me.
Okay. So I don't know when I'll plan the next one, but I'll try to keep it on a semi-monthly schedule and we'll try to do this again.
Sounds
Cool.
good.
Guys, see ya.
Great,
Great.
nice to meet
Thank
you
you.
guys.
Good
Nice
night,
to meet everybody.
Bye, Claire. Nice to meet you.
Bye.